Hi students, here we are going to discuss about an important objective questions which is related to the electric charges and fields which are very much important for NEET as well as JEE or any other competitive examinations. Let us start. Now question number 1. An infinite parallel plane sheet of metal is charged to a charge density sigma coulomb per square meter in a medium of dielectric constant K. The intensity of electric field near the metallic surface will be. So here he is asking that what is the electric field intensity near the metallic surface which is placed in a dielectric constant K. So as we know that generally if this is a charged surface whose sigma is the charge density, then electric field at this point is given by, we know that is E is equal to sigma by 2 epsilon naught. But in this question he is telling that this charged sheet is placed in a medium. It is placed in a medium of dielectric constant, is telling that is K. Therefore the new electric field due to this plane sheet at a point, now it is given by E is equal to sigma by 2 epsilon naught into this K we have to write. So we have to introduce this dielectric constant K. So this is the correct option. Hence we can say that option 3 is correct. Now second question. Two thin infinity parallel sheet have uniform surface density of charge plus sigma and minus sigma. Electric field in the space between the two sheets is. So he is telling that here there are two plane sheets are there. One is of positive charge density, that is plus sigma, and another one is telling is of minus, that is negative sigma. This is of charge density negative sigma, that is minus sigma. So now is asking what is the electric field between the two sheets, that is what is the electric field between them is asking. So at this point to calculate the electric field we have to consider a unit positive test charge. Suppose this is a positive, so this positive charge will repel this positive in this direction. So the electric field at this point due to this sheet will be in this direction, that is E plus. This is the electric field due to this sheet, this will be in this direction. Now here this is the negative charge sheet, this will attract this positive sheet. So hence because of this the electric field due to this sheet also will be in this direction only, that is E minus also in the same direction. Therefore electric field at this point due to this both the sheets are in the same direction, that is E plus of E minus we can say. Therefore we know that generally E value, just now we have seen that E is equal to sigma by epsilon naught. Just now we have seen previously E is equal to sigma by 2 epsilon naught. So this is the electric field intensity due to the plane sheet. So here we are having two sheets are there. So for this we will write sigma by 2 epsilon naught, plus as well as for this also here plus or minus represents that the negative and positive charges, but the magnitude is same for both. So hence we can say that both we can take it as a sigma only. So therefore for the positive sheet for this one we can write sigma by 2 epsilon naught. Similarly plus for this also sigma by 2 epsilon naught. Therefore if you add up these two, this will become sigma by epsilon naught. So this is the final answer. So hence we can say that here the first option is correct. Now question number 3. There is an electric field E in x direction. If the work done in moving a charge 0.2 coulomb through a distance of 2 meter along a line making an angle of 60 degree with x-axis is 4 joule, then what is the value of E? So he is telling that here the electric field is along x-axis, is telling electric field is along x-axis. So this is x-axis, let us say E is in this direction, and is telling that a charge of 0.2 coulomb is moved to a distance of 2 meter by making an angle 60 degree with the x-axis. That means a charge is moved in this direction. The distance, that is S, is equal to 2 meter you have moved by making an angle how much? 60 degree with the x-axis. That is with the electric field direction is telling. Therefore is telling to move from here to here, that is S displacement. The work done in this case is telling it as a 4 joule, that is given here. Now is asking what is the electric field value? What is the value of this electric field? This is the question mark. So from this very clear that as we know that the work done formula W is equal to force into displacement into cos theta. We know that W is equal to Fs cos theta. We know generally with this formula. And since we know that F is equals to Q into E. So here F means nothing but Q into E we can write. Therefore F is equals to QE into displacement X into cos of theta. This is work done W. So he is asking value of E is asking. Therefore from this E is equals to, we can write W by QS cos theta. Therefore from this W means he has given how much? 4 joule given. 4 divided by Q value. The charge of Q he has given as, that is 0.2 coulomb is given. And into, and this is displacement S, that is 2 meter given. 2 into cos theta is telling cos 60. So cos 60 is nothing but we can say that cos 60 is how much? 1 by 2. So cos 60 is how much? Means 1 by 2. Therefore these 2 will get cancelled, 2 will get cancelled. Therefore this 0.2 and this 4 will get cancelled by 20 times. So the answer is E is equals to 20 Newton per coulomb. So this is the answer. So this is the final answer we are getting. So let us see which option is correct from here. There is no option we can see here. So hence we can say that option 4, that is none of this is correct. Now question number 4. A particle of mass m and a charge q is placed at rest in a uniform electric field E and then released. The kinetic energy attained by the particle after moving a distance y is. So here is telling that, suppose say this is a positive plate, this is a negative plate. Here he is telling that a charged particle q is released. Say this is a positive. Why? Because he has not mentioned any positive or negative. That means we can take it as a positive. Suppose say a charged particle of charge q and mass m is released here. Then this particle is moving. Why? Because this is positive, it will repel, so it will move to a certain distance. Say he is telling that it has moved by a distance how much? Y distance. So for this he is asking what is the kinetic energy attained by this particle. As we know that kinetic energy is nothing but equals to work done only. The amount of work done to move from here to this point, that is to displace y displacement, whatever the work is done, that work will be stored in the form of kinetic energy. Therefore I can say that here kinetic energy attained by the particle is nothing but equals to work done only. So work done. What is work done? Work is nothing but we know that is force into displacement into cos theta also we can write. That is Fs cos theta. So here F is nothing but, since we know that here F is nothing but we can write Q into E. Q is nothing but charge and E is nothing but, this is the electric field. It is in upward direction. The electric field E is there. According to the problem he has given that the electric field is in upward direction. Therefore F is equals to QE. And here S is nothing but displacement. He is told that Y displacement done. And here cos of theta, force as well as the displacement both are in the same direction. Therefore I can say that the angle is cos of 0 I can take. Angle is 0 here. So cos 0 is 1. So therefore I can write here F means nothing but QE. S is nothing but that is Y. Cos 0 is nothing but that is 1. So therefore answer is QEY. So this is the kinetic energy. So this much of amount of work done is called as a kinetic energy. So hence we can say that third option is correct. Now question number 5. If electric field in a region is radially outward with a magnitude E is equal to AR, comma, the charge contained in the sphere of radius R, center at the origin is. Here is telling that a electric field is there which is radially outward is telling. In this way, the electric field is radially outside is coming. Radially outward. Of radius how much is telling, that is of radius is R is telling. That means this is the, we can draw like this one sphere like. So this is the electric field radially coming outside, and this electric field intensity at this point is given as how much? It is given as A into R. This is given. And he is asking what is the charge contained by this sphere at the center. So at the center what may be the charge will be? What is the charge value is asking. So as we know that the electric field at this point is given by general, we have one formula, that is E is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into Q by R square. So let this charge I am considering it as a Q I have considered. Okay, Q by R square. We know that this is Q by R square. Therefore, according to the problem, he told that E is equals to AR. This is given. So here we will write AR is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into Q by R square. Therefore, from this Q is equals to, we can write Q is equals to, just cross multiply here, 4 pi epsilon naught into A into, this will become R cube. So R cube. So this is the charge contained. So this is the charge value. So this option we can see from the B option. So here we can say that B option is correct option. Now question number 6. A hollow insulating conduction sphere is given a positive charge of 10 microcoulomb. What will be the electric field at the center of a sphere if its radius is 2 meter? So he is telling that one hollow sphere is there. This is the hollow sphere. Hollow sphere means inside it will be empty, and is telling that 10 microcoulomb charge is given. That means outside he has given the charge is given as 10 microcoulomb. That is outside the charge is this much. How much? That is 10 microcoulomb. That is the charge is given. And he is asking what is the electric field at the center of this is of radius, if the radius is of 2 meter is telling. So electric field at the center is how much, means very clear that from the Gauss theorem we know that the electric flux which is coming outside through any surface area is given by line integral of E ds. E bar dot ds bar is equals to Q by epsilon naught. This we know general formula. We know this very well. Flux phi is equals to line integral of E ds is equal to Q by epsilon. What is Q here? Q is nothing but it is the charge enclosed in this surface. This is enclosed charge. Enclosed charge. We know that this is enclosed charge. Okay. So therefore very clear that the charge is just, it is only outside the surface. So if I consider any small Gaussian surface inside, so in this surface is there any charge is there? In this surface is there any charge is there? No charge. So hence we can say that in this surface Q enclosed is 0. Since Q enclosed in the surface is 0, that means if we keep this one as 0, therefore from this expression I can write that E integral of ds is equals to, this will become 0 by epsilon naught, because this is 0. Why? Because in this area, in this surface, Q value is 0. Just Q is only outside the surface, not inside. So inside Q is 0. When Q is 0, this implies that E will also become 0. So hence we can say that the first option is correct. Now question number 7. An electric dipole has a magnitude of its charge as Q and its dipole moment is P. It is placed in a uniform electric field E. If its dipole moment is along the direction of electric field, the force on it and its potential energy are respectively. So here is telling that electric field, suppose say it is in this direction. That means we know that the electric field will start from positive from here and it terminates at this point, that is towards a negative point. That is, electric field direction is in this direction. And according to the problem, is telling that the dipole moment is also along the electric field direction only is telling. So we know that the dipole moment direction will be from negative charge to positive charge. That is, if this is a negative charge and if this is a positive charge, and these two will combine to make one dipole whose direction that is in will be in this direction. That is, the dipole moment, that is P bar, will be in this direction. E bar is also in same direction. This is according to the problem. So force acting on this is given by, first one is force. General formula for force is nothing but F is equals to QE. This is a formula. So if I consider one of the charge, if I consider this charge, then the force acting on it is given by plus Q into this magnetic field E, electric field E, plus the total force acting on it is, this is one force, as well as one more force acting on it is given by minus Q into E. So therefore, the total force acting on the dipole is given by plus QE, this is minus QE, this will get cancelled. Therefore, the net force acting on it is given by, that is 0. So net force acting on the dipole is how much? This is 0. And next is asking that what is the potential energy? As we know that the potential energy formula, generally we will represent it with letter U, where U is nothing but general formula, U is equals to PE or minus PE cos theta. This is the general formula. We know this very well. So here, what is this cos theta? Cos theta is nothing but this is the angle between P and E. Here P as well as E both are in a same direction. So I can take here theta as a 0 degree. Okay, therefore if I take it as a 0 means I will left with minus P into E. So U is equals to minus PE. So here U is equal to minus PE will give the minimum potential energy. So this is here minus represents what? Minimum potential energy. If it is plus means we can say that this is maximum potential energy. So hence the option will be, that is a fourth option is correct, that is 0 force with minimum potential energy. Now question number 8. If the dipole of moment 2.57 into 10 power of minus 7 coulomb meter is placed into a electric field of magnitude 3 into 10 power of 4 Newton per coulomb, such that the field lines are aligned at 30 degree with the line joining P, that is dipole moment, to the dipole. What is the torque acting on the dipole? So he is asking what is the torque acting. That means he is telling that if this is the electric field line E, then if this is a dipole, dipole moment is given by P bar, electric field E is in this direction, dipole moment is in this direction, then such that it is making an angle, how much is telling, that is theta, which is given as 30 degree. Then what is the torque acting on it is asking the question. So torque acting, general formula we know that torque acting on the dipole is given by tau is equals to PE sin theta. So here dipole moment P is given as, that is 2.57 into 10 power of minus 17 into E value is given as 3 into 10 power of 4 into sine of the angle between these two is given as how much, that is 30 degree given. Therefore this is 30 degree. Therefore 2.57 into 10 power of minus 17 into 3 into 10 power of 4 into sine 30 is nothing but 1 by 2. If you cancel these two, if you cancel, we will get 1.285 we will get into 10 power of minus 17 into 3 into 10 power of 4. Now if you multiply with this 3, this one, then we will get 5 3 15, 1 carry, 24 that is 25, 2, 3 2 6 7 8, then 3 1 3. Therefore 1 2 3. So after 3 we have to point here. Into 10 power of minus 17, this is 4 plus 4, that is minus 13. So this is the torque acting on the value. So this much of torque, that is Newton meter. So this is the torque acting on the dipole, and hence B option is correct. Now question number 9. An electric dipole is placed at an angle of 30 degree with the electric field of intensity 2 into 10 power of 5 Newton per Coulomb. It experiences a torque of 4 Newton meter. Calculate the charge on the dipole if the dipole length is of 2 centimeters. So here he is asking to calculate the charge of the dipole. That means here is given angle theta is given as 30 degree and the intensity E value is given as 2 into 10 power of 5 Newton per Coulomb, and the torque acting is given as, that is 4 Newton meter, and here the distance, that is dipole length, that is 2a, this is given as 2 centimeter, which is equals to 2 into 10 power of minus 2 meter we can write. So this is given data, and is asking what is the charge value. We know that the expression for a torque tau is given by Pe sin theta, where P is nothing but is called dipole moment, where P is nothing but we know that is Q into 2a. So Q into 2a, this is P value into E sin of theta. This is tau value. So he is asking to calculate the charge Q. Therefore from this Q is equals to tau divided by this 2a E sin theta will come down, that is 2a into E into sin of theta. So therefore here these are the given values. Substitute here. Torque is nothing but 4, 2a is nothing but 2 into 10 power of minus 2 into E value 2 into 10 power of 5 into sin of angle 30 is given. So sin 30. So therefore 4 divided by 2 into 10 power of minus 2, 2 into 10 power of 5 into sin 30 is nothing but we can write 1 by 2. So therefore from this 1 by 2 and this 2 will get cancelled, and this will get cancelled by 2 times. So here 10 power minus 2, 10 power plus 5. So this will cancel by, here is left with 10 power of plus 3. If it is going up, it will become minus, that is 2 into this 2 into 10 power of minus 3, that much of Coulomb. That means this can also be said as a 2 millicoulomb. So this is the final answer. Hence we can say that fourth option is correct. Now question number 10. The charge Q is distributed to two different metallic spheres having a radius capital R and 2r such that both spheres are having equal surface charge density. Then the charge on the bigger sphere is. So here is telling that a charge Q is there. This charge Q is distributed to the two metal sphere. Let us say this is distributed into two metal sphere. One is of, suppose say this is the sphere of radius R is telling, and one more is distributed to the bigger sphere of radius 2r. Let us say out of this capital Q, let us say the charge distributed to this is, say, that is Q is the charge given to this. Remaining charge is given to this, that is, let us say that is Q minus Q. From Q, small q is given, remaining is Q minus Q is given to this charge. So now he is asking what is the charge on this bigger sphere. This is what the question. So, and he is given that according to the problem he is telling that the surface charge density for both are equal. That means surface density or surface charge density of a smaller one is equals to surface charge density of a bigger sphere. Both are equal is telling. So from this we know that surface charge density formula, we know that is charge by area. So for this, charge is Q divided by area. What is the area for this? That is 4 pi r square. This is equals to, for this the charge is q minus q, charge by area. This area is 4 pi 2r whole square. So from this 4 pi will get cancelled. Q by r square is equals to q minus q divided by, this will become 4r square. So r square will get cancelled. Therefore this 4 will cross multiply here. So it will become 4q is equals to capital Q minus q. If you bring this q here, then we can say that this will become 5q is equals to q. Therefore here q is equals to how much? Capital Q by 5. So this is q. This q is nothing but this is the smaller charge. So this is for smaller sphere charge. But he is asking for a bigger one. Therefore charge on the bigger sphere is, we know that charge on the bigger sphere is nothing but is given by, what is that? This one, that is q minus q. Q minus small q. So therefore q minus small q is nothing but, just now we got this one, that is q by 5. Therefore take LCM, this will go there. So 5q minus q, this will become 4q by 5. So this is the answer. Hence we can say that first option is correct.